What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weir, and I'm here to update my Blu-ray collection with you guys. Over the past couple of months, I've bought some Blu-rays, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about them. But before I jump into them, there's two things that I need to do. The first thing, you know what it is. Pure Leaf Tea. They don't sponsor me, but they should. And the second thing is I'd like to know if you've collected anything in your collection lately. If you have, put that in the comment section down below. Let me know how you've updated your movie collection, whether it's DVDs, Blu-rays, or 4Ks. I primarily collect Blu-rays, but if it's good enough, I will collect it on 4K. I've got some of those in here. Or if it's just not something you're able to find very often, I will grab it on DVD. I don't have any of those today, but I have in the past, and you should check those videos out as well. With all that said, let's jump into my updated Blu-ray collection.
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
And kicking off this Blu-ray collection, guys, we have Triple X. Triple X stars Vin Diesel, and it's not a great movie, but I like it. It's a guilty pleasure action movie for me. Yeah, I mean, it's very 2000s, but it's fun 2000s, and I like that about it. Let's move on. Next up, guys, we have Swordfish. Now, Swordfish I saw one time, and the one thing I remember from it is you get to see Halle Berry naked. Otherwise, John Travolta's in it, Hugh Jackman, and Don Cheadle? I don't remember Don Cheadle in this. Log in, hack it, no, log on, hack in, go anywhere, steal everything. Swordfish. Oh, because the password's Swordfish. All right, let's move on. Next up, guys, I'm going to save that one for later. Oh, I'm going to save that one for later. Next up, guys, we have Vin Diesel in The Witcher. These aren't all Vin Diesel movies. I don't know why I keep pulling up Vin Diesel movies. But The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel. I added it to my horror collection. Moving on, guys, we have Terminator Dark Fate. The 6th movie in the Terminator franchise. The one that everybody is split on. And I actually haven't seen it yet. I'm going to savor the flavor of this movie. I didn't see it in theaters, and I just kind of skipped it forever. And then when I finally did buy it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to review all the Terminator movies in 2023. I'm going to put together like this whole thing. I'm going to review the Terminator movies, and when I do that, I thought then I will watch Terminator 6 for the first time. So be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, next up we have a movie that I've previously owned, but I had to buy it again because this is a different edition. This is the Deadpool edition of Alien. And that's right, Deadpool's not even in the movie. It's just the movie Alien, but they made a Deadpool case for it, and I think it's one of the coolest marketing campaigns. Now, I didn't go out and buy them all when they were out originally. I don't know why, but now if I find one, I buy it, and I have 2 so far. So the hunt continues for more Deadpool edition movies because it's just kind of a fun way to own the movie, in my opinion. Let's move on. All right, guys, the next movie is Minority Report. Now, if you've watched and you keep up with all my videos, you may say, Mike, you've already talked about Minority Report. In fact, this exact copy, and that's true, but I popped in Minority Report for the first time with my wife in our relationship, and I realized the disc was damaged, and we only were able to watch about half of it. So she hasn't seen the last half of Minority Report. And then I found it at Disc Replay, and I was like, I have to have it. Unfortunately, when you buy movies at resale shops, you don't really know if they're going to work, and you don't always have time to watch them all the way through, so Minority Report's one of those that kind of got me. This has only happened once before. I bought Independence Day, and it also stopped halfway through. But that was on July 4th. Really ruined my holiday that year. Let's move on. Next up, guys, we have The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man's a movie I don't have because, honestly, I hate this case. I hate this case more than I hate most things. Look at this. Compared to a real Blu-ray case, look at that. Look at the thickness. For what? But this is the only case it sells in, so The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm sure there'll be a 4K of it soon, and then I'll be irritated again. But Amazing Spider-Man. Moving on, guys, we have a movie I haven't seen yet. I'm going to throw it out there. Look, I talked about this last time. Sometimes I haven't seen these movies, but I buy them because in the future I'd like to watch them and review them and talk about them with you guys. So I know this is a classic, and I know it's a sin that I haven't seen it, but The Lost Boys. I did finally find it on Blu-ray, and I bought it. Part of my thing is, like, I don't know if I'm going to like it, and I don't feel like paying Amazon Prime or one of these streaming services money to view a movie that I may not like. So if I find it and I can buy a physical copy, that way if I don't like it and it's a classic, I can at least have it in my collection. But I did buy it. I am looking forward to watching it. Hopefully this Halloween season. We'll see what kind of time I have. Let's move on. Next up, we have another movie. Another horror movie, I should say. This one I have seen multiple times. Really glad to add it to my collection. And I hate the fact that the sticker is still stuck on this thing. That's Secret Window. Secret Window with Johnny Depp is such a good movie and underrated movie, in my opinion. I really enjoy this movie. And again, another one I plan on watching and reviewing very soon. Next up, guys, Terminator Genisys. I've completed my Terminator collection. I now have all of them. And it's funny because I remember like a year ago I had the option to buy all of them at one time, and I was like, no, I just want the good ones. So I got 1, 2, and 4. And then later I was like, well, I might as well have 3. And then I was like, okay, I'll get 5. And you saw earlier that I grabbed 6. So I now have all of them. This one I've seen. Matt Smith never belonged in that movie. In fact, Matt Smith needs to stop being in things in general. I'm just not a fan. Next up, guys, we have Goosebumps. Goosebumps is a movie that, honestly, it's one of the few movies that I've actually fallen asleep in at a theater. So after the birth of my daughter, my wife and I went to the movies a couple weeks in, and we were both just on like a horrible sleep schedule, and I think we both fell asleep like right at the beginning of this movie and woke up right at the end. So I hadn't seen it all the way through, but I know my daughter loves Goosebumps, and so I bought it, brought it home, and we all watched it. And it's, you know, a family fun time. I can't wait till I can show them like Ghostbusters and stuff like that. I'm ready, but they're not yet. They're still young. Okay. Next up, guys, we have the movie Strange Wilderness. I'm excited to talk to you guys about this movie because it is a movie that holds a special place in my heart because it is just dumb humor at like the highest level. I really like Jonah Hill in this movie. I love Justin Long in this movie. They're just a bunch of stoner idiots, and I have a good time with it every time I watch it. So, Strange Wilderness. Next up, guys, is another horror movie that I love, and that is Fright Night. Yeah, I couldn't believe I didn't own this. I thought I did, but now I do. Fright Night, it's a fun vampire flick. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. And yeah, this is the updated version of it. I've never seen the original, and I don't care to, because this is my Fright Night. And that's how I feel. All right, moving on, guys. Another Vin Diesel movie. We have Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage. I don't know if I've seen this one, but I picked it up because it was the other Triple X movie that was there. So maybe I need to check it out soon. It's probably not good, but it's Vin Diesel. How bad can it be? All right. It can be really bad. That's the answer. All right, guys. Next up, we have Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut on 4K. I had this on Blu-ray before. It was on sale at Walmart on 4K. I bought it. I'm so happy that I bought it. I think it's a great and beautiful movie. I recently got rid of HBO Max just for the time being. I needed to cut back on some streaming services, so I decided that was one to get the X. And I'm so happy that I have this because I can pop this in at any time and my eyes can be dazzled by the 4K brilliance of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, moving on. We have a movie that I was shocked that I found at a resale shop, and that is The Mist. This movie is out of print on Blu-ray. I'm not proud of what I paid for it, but I now have it on Blu-ray, and it is such a phenomenal horror movie. It really, really is. I love just about everything about this movie, especially how they end it. It's just, you don't see that ending coming. You don't. And anybody who says they did, liar. No one could see this ending coming. It's so good. Next up, guys, we have The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, but Steelbook Edition, and all the different versions of Nicolas Cage on here. I love that. I really love that about this. So I got the Steelbook. I already had it on 4K, but now I have it on Steelbook 4K, which is even cooler. So yeah, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I now have 2 copies of it. But I don't want to give either of them up because I really like the Steelbook, and I really like the cover on the Blu-ray, so I have them both. Next up, guys, I have the Halloween collection. This collection is special because not only does it have Halloween 1 through 5 on here and Halloween through the Rob Zombies on here. So it says complete collection, but that's before the 2018 and all those things came out. The point I'm making here is that Halloween 4, 5, and 6, finding them on Blu-ray, near impossible. So I'm really excited that I found this set. The Halloween collection is pretty awesome to have. And it's cool to talk about Halloween right now because Halloween Ends comes out this weekend. And on that note, I got Halloween 2018 on 4K. I'm so happy to have this on 4K. It is my favorite Halloween movie of all time. And I know the first one technically had to happen, so this could happen. So a lot of people say this can't be your favorite, but I don't care. This 2018 is my favorite version of Michael Myers. And just in general, the storyline is gripping and good all the way to the end. And when Michael Myers is locked in that basement at the end and Laurie Strode thinks she has him, oh, it's so good, especially knowing now that that fire department ruined everything and got what they deserved. Just throwing that out there. All right, I have one more movie to show you guys, but before we do, hold on. Pure Leaf Tea. They don't sponsor me, but they should. Let's move on. The final movie in my collection that I updated with you guys tonight is Scream 2, the Steelbook. Look at that. This thing's awesome. Now, I got the first Steelbook last year from my wife for my birthday. They released the Steelbook version of Scream, and it's awesome, and I love it. But this year, they released Scream 2. And if Best Buy does this on a yearly basis from now through, like, I don't know, forever, because the Scream movies are just coming at us right now. Like, if next year they release a steelbook of Scream 3, I'll buy that too. So look at this, guys. Scream 2, you've got the Ghostface, you got the 2, but look, that's the audience from the beginning of the movie, all wearing their Ghostface masks. It's such a cool, it's such a cool cover. But then in the back, you have, hello, Sydney, remember me? Oh, it's so cool. And then the inside, of course, you have the eye. It's just it's so well done. And the blue eye. It's I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I had to put it last. And that, guys, is my update to my Blu-ray collection. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you've updated your collection in the last month, I'd love to know what you added to your collection. So put that in the comment section down below. And let me know if you have any of these or would want any of these in your collection. That would be cool to know as well. Finally, guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do that, because I got a lot of content coming your way, including Halloween Ends. I finally have the fever. I'm excited about Halloween Ends. I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. I'm ready for it. Halloween Ends this weekend. Now I gotta post this video before this weekend. I just realized that. All right, I better get to work. Redo that. Fuck. Sorry, Mike.